sometimes I do. Cause sometimes I drive through all of the streets we used to on First Avenue. Cause sometimes I don't even know where I'm going at first. All of the turns that I had to unlearn. Back to the surface, the feeling of all that we were. I don't always.
What is up, beautiful people? Welcome once again to hellohnclothing. Welcome to another wonderful video. Guys, you all are super amazing. Thank you for the feedback on the videos I've put out so far from the beginning of this year. And I can see that you guys are actually hungry for freehand, right? I'm going to be mixing. I won't focus on one. I'll mix both, okay? Which brings me to today's video. In this video, we are going to actually be looking at styles that will help accentuate your hips. Yes, so we're going to be looking at how we can incorporate simple design elements like flare, like gather into these beautiful styles to create awesome pieces that will help accentuate our hips, right? So it's suitable for those that are already endowed and those that are looking to add some little more flesh to hips and butt, okay? So if you're interested in this kind of tutorial, please do keep on watching. Like I said, at the end of the day, these techniques, you can incorporate them into your jumpsuits, your pants, your skirts, dresses, gowns, anything at all. It is limitless, okay? So please try as much as possible to think far and wide, be creative, and come up with amazing pieces. Yes, so the plan is actually to do 2 skirts in this video. Let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. If I'm able to dissect and go in depth into both of them, fine. If not, we'll look at one and then you'll come back for the other tutorial. So let us begin. Let's look at the fabric. If you haven't watched my shopping haul video, where I went for market shopping, fabric shopping and all of that, Lagos runs, you can click the link up here to watch that video. And yeah, let's look at the fabrics I have. Guys, can you see this? How does it look? Do we look alike? Are we twins? Are we twins? How do I look? How is our studio coming? How is it coming to play? I'm sure you're loving every bit of it. Let me know in the comment section below what's the thing for you? What is giving it for you? Let me know in the comments below. And let me know what else you want me to add. Don't tell me it's too much, because it's not, okay? When it was plain, you took it that way. When it's now adding up, better take it that way. Let's go on. So for this video, I have 4 different fabrics, okay? I have this that I'll be using for this first style, and then this that I'll be using for this other style. We are also going to be using 2 different measurements, 2 different skirt block pieces. Now, first thing we're going to do is we create the skirt block pieces, okay? Remember, if you've watched the video of my hip and butt padding that I did on the model, you see how I created the skirt block. But that aside, I'll still create the skirt block. I'll still explain how to, just in case. And we'll have to create 2 different skirt block pieces for each of these styles. Let us begin. Okay, we'll start with this skirt first. And this will be the main skirt, while this will be what will be on the side, right? This will be like the flare on the side. So let me do the main skirt piece and then we add this quickly. Okay, so we are going to start first with the measurements. We are going to be doing an ankle length skirt. Okay, all right, so this is my fold line. That's the center front line, which is on fold right there. I also want to measure how much I have here. Okay, I may need to add some more because my hip is 45 inches, so I'll need to fold it much more inwards. Okay, this looks perfect. Right, so I will go on to take my measurements. I'm starting from the top here. The skirt line measurement is 37 inches. The band for the skirt is 2 inches. We'll take away 2 from 37 inches and we have 35 inches. We need to still hem the skirt. We need to still put the band. So we'll still put an additional 2 inches there anyway. So I'm going to be measuring 37 inches here as the length, because we'll still use it for hemming and for fixing the band. I hope you get what I mean. So I've ruled that line there. I'm also going to rule this line up here because I do not want that name tag line to be there. Great. So it's going all the way to the top there. Amazing. Next, we want to put our skirt waist to hip measurement. It is 8 inches for me. I will mark my 8 inches and rule the line. I can also put my skirt to knee, my waist to knee measurement, and that's about 18 inches for me. I'll put the line. This I am doing just in case I want to shape it on the knee to go in more. This 18 inches is 3 inches above my actual knee. After doing this, I'm going to start inserting the measurement. My skirt waist is 36 divided by 4, 9, and 9 inches is here. From the center front line is here. I'm going to then put 1 inch for that and 1 inch for sewing allowance. So in a total, I'm taking 11 inches here. Now on this hip line, my hip is 44. So I'm going to just do plus 1 inch, that's 12 inches there. And on this knee, since I have 12 inches in total here, on the knee I can do 11.5 here. Just remove 5 inches, and then at the total bottom I'll just do 11 inches completely. Okay, so you see that it graduates from 12 to 11 at the bottom, but I intercepted the mission by putting 11 and a half there. And then I'll just connect these lines together. It's as simple as that. Okay, that's what you just do. Now for this center front, because of my belly, I have to drop it by half an inch here. So once I drop it by half an inch, I'm going to use my curve ruler to connect that. Great, so the front is ready. We're going to place this and cut the back. So my zipper allowance here is 1 inch. That's fine. I'll just cut and mark that zipper allowance. Great, now that we have this, I will mark the zipper allowance on the back where the zip will start from, and then I will separate the two back pieces. Great, now that we have done this, the next thing we do is cut the band. Alright guys, so I have the two skirt pieces we'll be working with. The band pieces here, I've not yet ironed the interface into this other skirt, the second skirt style, because I want us to focus on style 1 first of all. So I've gone ahead to transfer my darts, cut the lining, and cut the band. Please refer to this video if you are still having challenges with how I explained how to do a snatched waistband and cutting the lining and also placing your darts. Let's go on to making the side design, which is the flare. I'll keep this away and we begin doing the flare. All right, so quickly let's move over to the design element on the side of the skirt. We're using this beautiful fabric. I'm using this fabric because it's actually beautiful, and then there's something common, which is the black. So we are going to be cutting the cascading circular effect happening on the side, and then for you to figure that out, we're going to be using our calculation, which is our pi. Pi is 3.14. That's the value for pi anywhere in the world. So we're going to use the length divided by pi. Okay, so if you don't want it too full, you want to use like a half circle kind of look, you do length, which is 37 in my own case, divided by 3.14. That will give me the radius I'm going to use to cut the circle. But if I want it to be more full, have more circular cascading effect, I'm going to do my length divided by 6.28. How did I get 6.28? I just multiplied my pi with 2 and got 6.28, and that will be the radius I'll use for the circular effect. Okay, so I hope that was clear enough to know if you are cutting half circle or not. If you're cutting half circle, by the time you fold it into 2, you just fold it like this and you cut what you want to cut. That's a half circle. But I want to be making it like not half circle, and I want it to be double. That's have a front and back as a lining. So I'll fold this into 2.
I found somebody.
I'm going to be using 37 divided by 6.28. I want it more cascady and flowy and all. So I'll do 37 divided by 6.28. And by the time I divide that, I should be having about 5 3/4 thereabout. I know it's more, but I'll just round it down to 5 3/4. Now from this corner where all the folds are, which is here, I'm going to start measuring 5.5 round because that's the radius we'll use. I'm reducing it, like I said, because by the time you increase it, it will be too long, and it will also be nice if it stops just before the ankle and not get to the actual ankle length. So 5.5, amazing. And then from here you can do 5. I think 5 is fine because by the time we sew it and insert and all, beautiful. So 5 is okay. Then you just go round and round. How do you cut circles? Let me know how you cut circles in the comments below. Write the technique you use. I use all the technique, any technique. I can use spiral, I can use slash and spread, and I can use this pi, finding the radius measurement. But which method do you prefer, or which one are you most likely to use?
You don't cross my mind.
All right, let's see what we have here. This is just perfect already. You know, we'll be cutting 2 of this, 1 for each side. Let me separate this. Just need to separate this. So I'm separating both. You know, this is like a double flare. Just separate it here. Let me see. Yeah. Perfecto. Perfecto. Woo, woo, woo. Pretty. So this will be going to the side after we sew up that place. Okay, let's cut the second part. All right guys, so we have every single thing ready. The skirt lining band and the flare side pieces. Let's just go over to the sewing machine. It's just a compilation process. From here on I'll be explaining, maybe talking or explaining, showing you text on the screen, but now it's just to compile every single thing up. We're gonna cook. Let's cook and mix this thing with it up. Let's cook and mix this thing with it up. All right guys, so quickly, I don't want the up part to be this sharp. The down part could be that way, but I don't want it to be this sharp. So I just want to make, like, you know, when you just curve it to make it. Let me do it for both up and down, or what do you think? Let me do it for one side just the up. I don't want it too sharp, so I just want to curve it in, like blend it in. You get the gist, yeah. That's what I want to do. So beginning out, it then curves inward. Okay, I'll place this on the other flare and then cut so that it blends too as well. So since this one is coming this way, so let it just blend that way too. Okay, let's go on to sewing and finishing up this.
She doesn't know that your favorite place is still mine. Now I take the long way home, avoid what I can't let go. I don't always think about you, but sometimes I do, 'cause sometimes I drive through all of the streets we used to on First Avenue, 'cause sometimes I don't even know where I'm going at first. All of the turns that I had to unlearn, back to the surface, the feeling of all that we were. I don't always think about you till First Avenue, that's when I do.
Alright guys, so everything is prepared. I have the back, I've inserted the zip. I also ironed that part, that's the slit area. Okay, I have the front here, the darts, everything have been sewn. Okay, so it's just to place this on this and just sew it normally. And the lining for this have been joined. So the front and back have been joined, the darts, every single thing. So it's just this zipper area at the back now. The band too, please refer to the video where I talked about sewing a band. I'm going to show you how to insert this band anyway, because I got a comment that said, how do we insert? So I'm going to show you. But up until this point, refer to that video. Okay, now we have this design elements that we're going to be putting on the side. How do we do this? Remember, I curved it from the top. What I'm going to be doing is merging it in, so it's like sandwiching it in between. This one will come inwards, that's the flare area inwards, and the part you sew, that open part, because I sewed it, will be placed towards this part like this. Okay, so from that top or from wherever I want it to begin, I think I'll just go 1 inch down because a band will still be attached. And then it's going to be, you can first of all use a basting stitch to baste it to the edge, or leave out the seam allowance and baste it to wherever you want it to, while you then take the front and merge on it, right? You take this and merge on it and sew everything together. So it's like a 3-layer thing. We do the same for this other part. Remember, let me show you again. This is the back here. We'll place it here like this. Make sure this one is coming inwards. Place it, move down 1 inch, and then sew, either baste it down. When you do that basting, you take this and place it on and sew it. So by the time you open it up, it's well inserted on the side. So we're going to do that and then attach the band and round up this strap. Put the lining to and round it up. So we're just going over to the sewing machine to do every single one of these. All right, so I pinned around. I even just did a test stitching basting, and I see that this flare design is actually longer than the space that I'm putting it in. So I'll just introduce some little pleats to accommodate the how long it is. So just introduce little pleats, moving it closer towards the side. So it looks better right here. It looks better. So that's what I'll do. I'll also introduce pleats, and I'm going to try and make sure that on both sides the length and the way the pleats are fall symmetrical to each other. So to do that, first of all, I'll place this way and notch. I can also try to notch to where it stops, and then I can also try to see where every place I pleated and give it a notch there on everywhere that was pleated, so that it helps me and guides me when I'll be doing the other side. I hope you get the gist, because with design everything needs to be balanced. You want it balanced, except you're doing something asymmetric that does not require balance. But if you're doing something that requires balance, it only makes sense and it always only look appealing to the eyes if you actually plan it out properly. So all these things are proper planning. You need to plan this out well. So where it starts, where the pleats fall, and all of that I have sectioned. And then I'm going to look at how the direction of the pleats are. I can see it's facing down, it's not facing up, it's facing down. So for this other side too, when I'm going to be placing it, it needs to face down as well. So let's do that. I'm going to pay attention to those snippings that I did so that I can pleat this the right way.
I can't leave memories behind. When she asks about you, I hesitate every time. Every time. I don't always think about you, but sometimes I do. 'Cause sometimes I drive through all of the streets we used to on First Avenue.
So here is what we have, beautifully sewn to the sides of the skirt. Now there is no lining in. I want to show you how I'm going to be doing my lining. Okay, so wrong side. How do I explain this now? Yeah, so the wrong side is facing the wrong side. Look at it, the wrong side is touching the wrong side. I hope you get it. I'm slotting it in, and then I will match it along the waistline. This is what I mean. The right side will be showing on the inside. The wrong side is the wrong side facing the darts. I'm going to align the darts. Okay, I also want to pin down, so let's just go around, pin, let it get to the sides, pin all the way to the back, so you know what we have for the, I'm going to pin that back, that too, like just hold it down there, so I know what I have for the zipper allowance. You get, so up onto this point, right? So I'll do the same for the other side. Pin, pin, round. Okay, up onto this point here, and then what I'm going to do is actually insert, like I'll use this one now, this part is exposed, I'll put it this way and sew it to be enclosed inside. Okay, so I'll take it from inside, I'll remove this pin here, technically just making it on the inside. Just sew it neatly however you want to sew it. You don't need to follow my steps, I'm just showing you the technique. So when I go sew this part, everything is sandwiched properly, then I'll have one seam, then I'll put my band right there. That's what we're going to do over on the sewing machine. So let's go ahead to do all of this up.
I don't even know where I'm going at first. All of the turns that I had to unlearn. Back to the surface, the feeling of all that we were. I don't always think about you till First Avenue. That's when I do. I don't always think about you, but sometimes I do. 'Cause sometimes I drive through all of the streets we used to on First Avenue. 'Cause sometimes I don't even know where I'm going at first. All of the turns that I had to unlearn, back to the surface, the feeling.
Now I'm going to be matching this. How do I do it? I'm going to sew this one here. That's put this right side. Pick one of the sides, any side you pick, and sew it to the skirt. I hope you get it. Let me show you what I mean. So I'll start pinning, aligning the sides. This is the side and this is the side of the band. Align it together and pin here. Just pin round the band.
I don't always think
So
about
let's sew this.
till First
I will
Avenue.
just remove this. I'm not sewing this part here. Okay, I'm not sewing this part here. Let's sew. Great. So I'll just attach my zip completely here.
I found somebody, I say you don't cross my mind. And she doesn't know that your favorite place is still mine. Now I take the long way home, avoid what I can't let go. I don't always think about you.
Okay, final step for this skirt. See how everything looks so far so good. So the final step will just be to hide up these things inside by covering it well. Just cover this stitch well and stitch in the gutter, and then you're done. So let me finish this skirt up. I may need to iron this well to hide this. I may need to also trim this bulk off. I just need to make the work easier, and then I'll show you in a bit. Then we move on to the second skirt immediately.
But sometimes I do, 'cause sometimes I drive through all of the streets we used to on
Okay guys, so quickly before we begin the second skirt, okay, here is the first skirt already done, and I'm sure you've seen how it fits, how it looks. Let me know if this is something you are going to be trying out. Remember, I said it can be incorporated into any kind of style: skirts, dresses, gowns, jumpsuits, pants, any kind of style, just to give it that enhanced hip look. Now let's look at the second one quickly. For the second one, I already have my front, back ready. Okay, sewn the darts, put the zip, because it's basically the same thing. The band ready, the lining ready. So all I'll do is go to sew the skirt completely. Sew everything completely. That includes the lining, the band, everything. This skirt is actually a complete one before we put the style design you can see here on the screen. So let me complete the skirt and come back here. By now you should already know the process of putting the skirt together. Let's do that quickly and be right back. Alright guys, so here is the second skirt. We want to quickly do the style design. Remember, both of them are normal block skirts, okay? For the second design, you see that there's a flare attachment, like spiral going round the body. Make sure you've sewn the skirt to either your size or your client's size, and then you plan out how you want the spiral effect to be. If you look closely, we can see that it's just above the hip here. So I'm going to start just about here and just take it this way, okay, up onto here. Okay, so let me make it this way. Yeah, I hope you can see what I'm doing. So just starting from here, I'm following the second line. Please, thank God, use a tailor's chalk. We'll clean it when we are done actualizing what we want. So here, and then for the back, you want to make sure that it's not covering up your slit. You don't want to sew on your slit. So I would raise my hand up above the slit area, and then make sure that it's actually just carry it up. Please don't do this thing and be using a chalk. Even if you use, you must clean it though. Don't go and give your client a chalked cloth though. Please, I did not send you that message. Anyway, that being said, after we have planned out how we want the spiraling to go on the skirt, we will then get the fabric we're going to be using. You can use the same fabric, you can use another different fabric. Let it be a form of contrast. In my case, I'm using a different fabric. And then I'm going to use 8 inches because she's not really a big person, you know, and we don't want the design to just swallow her up. Okay, so I'll just cut it double, like I'll fold, that's 16 inches total, fold it into 2 so that I'll have like 8 inches. If you want to put sewing allowance included in that, please go on. Or just fold it 16 inches, just cut different strips of 16 inches such that we can fold it to 8 inches. I hope you get the gist. I think that one is better. Let's just cut different strips. We will be gathering it, so we want it very full. We may gather a whole lot. Let me measure out the 16 inches.
Sometimes I don't even know where I'm going at first. All of the turns that I had to unlearn. Back to the surface, the feeling of all that we were. I don't always think of...
Great, so we have 4 pieces in total. What I'll just do now is go and join every single piece. I'll join them along this side, just join them so that I'll have one long straight piece, and then you can go on to fold it into 2 and iron, or if you want to skip that part, you can fold it manually with your hand, but it's best you fold it into 2 and iron. So let me join all the single pieces to have one long straight strip, and then after having one long straight strip, I'll fold into 2 like this, because this is the part we'll be sewing to the body. So let me join up, iron, I'll have to iron, and I'll come back to show you. So I've joined every single thing together, like there's no opening, there's no closing.
Till First Avenue, that's when I do.
Okay, please, you will need to weave this. Weave before you fix. Weave before you fix. If not, all these things will just be fraying. It will just be like the threads will be removing. I'm still going to weave it. I'm going to weave it. So next thing you want to do is take up the skirt that you have chalked on, and I'm just going to be starting from this point. What you can do is actually pin this up so that everything is in place. I'm going to start from here. You want to actually move the lining out of the way. Open the zipper, move the lining out of the way, and just place it out well so that you'll have reach, like you'll be able to reach where you should be sewing on. Okay. And then you start to sew. I'll be gathering there, but a good option is for you to actually gather before you sew so that you know if you are going to add more or increase or decrease or whichever the case may be.
That's when I do. I guess the truth is I can't leave memories behind. When she asks about you, I hesitate every time.
Alright guys, so here is the finished result of this skirt. I actually did not iron this. That's why it's puffy, but even as it's puffy, you can see that it's accentuating the hips. Okay, here we have how it looks, and of course you've seen it on the model already. This is pretty for those that are not heavily endowed and you want that bit of hip accentuation. And of course the inside looks impeccable, right? Of course it does look impeccable. So that is what you want to always look out for whenever you're creating clothes for your clients, for yourself. You know, you want it to always look so good. And here's the other one. Which is your favorite, by the way? Let me know in the comments below. Is it the one with the style elements on the sides, or the one that is spiraled round it? Okay, and yeah, let me also know if this design, this way of sewing the inside of your garment, let me know if you know how to, and which method do you use to finish up your garments. Okay, yeah, that will be the end of today's video, guys. If you did enjoy so if you did enjoy this tutorial, please give me a huge thumbs up. Write in the comment section below if you want to see more hands-on projects where we can work on things together, DIY projects you want us to work on together. Let me know in the comments below. Leave your suggestions as well, and yeah, do not forget to subscribe if you're yet to. Turn on your post notification. Thank you so much to those that are joining the channel via channel membership. You guys are amazing. And till we see in the next tutorial, stay safe. God bless you all. Bye.